Hey guys, this is Riley Knapp of Mr. Damaso's sixth period honors English class. The poem that I chose for my SRP project is Anne Bradstreet, who is a British Puritan poet, and most of her work was based on her life experiences, such as love, sickness, the birth of her children, and things like this. And the main theme through most of her poems is love, and she shows that in different ways. She shows it to her husband and her children, and even to her Puritan friends and things like that. The thing that I found in most of these poems that kind of connects them all is the theme of insecurity. Um, by the theme of insecurity, I mean that she expresses things almost as if she wants to shove them down people's throats. Like she always tells her husband how much she loves him, and it's just a little bit over the top sometimes. And you will begin to see this as I pull out my art connections. Now, the first piece of art that I chose is a picture, a painting by Peter Paul Rubens called Self-Portrait with Isabella Brandt. And this picture depicts a man and a woman who seem to be dressed in Baroque clothes. Looks to be right around the time that Anne Bradstreet was in the prime of writing most of her poems. And the man and the woman seem to be husband and wife as they're sitting together and they're holding hands, but the woman's hand is on the man's hand, almost gripping it tightly, almost as if she's trying to say, I'm not going to let you go. And this is very similar to Anne Bradstreet's To My Dear and Loving Husband, because in that poem, she basically just absolutely spills her whole heart out to him and is like, never leave me, I'll never let you go, and all this. So that was the first thing that caught my eye. The second thing that caught my eye was the husband seems to be looking away, almost as if he's not that interested in his wife. And that really interested me because her husband, in real life, Anne Bradstreet's husband was always leaving for work and things like that. And that would just make sense because the woman is getting tired of him leaving and she just wants him to stay right there. Also, the woman is looks to be right around Anne Bradstreet's age, and the man looks right around to be Simon Bradstreet's age, which is just a little tiny detail that I found. And the man is, this is just kind of like a little conspiracy, but the man, his hand is pointing at Bradstreet's hand, and then his hand is pointing a little bit, you can see, at Bradstreet, and I just thought that was a little weird, almost as if like, hey, get your hand off me. You know, I'm kind of not as into you as you're into me. The second art connection that I made is the movie The Notebook, and you guys might think that's a chick flick and stuff, and you can make fun of me, but it's a very good movie. It's a movie about basically eternal love and devotion, and there's also many themes of insecurity in this movie as a man and a woman fall in love, and the man is sent away to the army, and while the man is at the army, the woman falls in love with another man. And the reason she falls in love with another man is because the man that she fell in love with first, who's now in the army, did not write her any letters, which he actually did. They just didn't get to her in time. And the man comes back and it's kind of like, well, hey, who's this guy? So it's just it's a pretty good movie. If you haven't seen it, don't be afraid to see it. It's a good date movie, so you should check it out. The main connections that I found in the movie is that the movie is about never-ending love that lasts through everything, which was what Bradstreet loved to write about. She loved to talk about eternal love and how her love with her husband will never end no matter what. It also has many themes of jealousy, betrayals, and insecurity, which is always shows up in Bradstreet's work. As she seems to be jealous, she talks about other men and other women in both of their lives that almost kind of get in the way, and how she doesn't want any distractions. And there's an exact quote in the Notebook that I just forgot, but it talks about how they just don't want any distractions. And there's also a slight religious theme in both of these movies, as God is very prevalent, and they both kind of lean on God to kind of keep them safe and keep them where they want to be. So those are my connections, and this is my presentation. Thank you very much for listening.